lattice energy of ionic compounds. So what is ionic compound? If a bond present between two oppositely charged ions, that is electrostatic force of attraction, that bond is called as ionic bonds. So that type of compounds are called as ionic compounds. So in our daily life, this ionic compound has most important, that is in our table salt. Ionic compound. Best example for ionic compound is our table salt. It seems to be a crystalline. It's common salt. It seems to be a crystal salt. That is, a small crystals of NaCl are there. Those crystals here we call as lattice. Those crystals technically we call as latticenic. So those are called as lattice of NaCl. Lattice. Okay. So during formation of that lattice NaCl, some heat energy will be released. That released energy during the formation of this lattice is called as lattice energy. What is lattice energy? That is the amount of energy released when 1 mole ionic compound, 1 mole fixed rate, 1 mole ionic compound is formed from its oppositely charged ion. From its oppositely charged ions is called as lattice energy. Now I am trying to calculate lattice energy of this NaCl with the help of Born-Haber cycle. That cycle is used by using Hess law of constant heat summation. Already the concept is completed at the time of, that is thermochemistry, Hess law concept. Just I recollect the concept and see here. So what is lattice energy? What is lattice energy? That is the amount of energy released when 1 mole ionic lattice here, lattice ionic compound is formed, when 1 mole lattice ionic compound is formed from its oppositely charged ions, oppositely charged gaseous ions only, boys. Gaseous, oppositely charged gaseous ions is called lattice energy. The amount of energy released when 1 mole lattice ionic compound is formed from its oppositely charged gaseous ion is called as lattice energy. So where there is attraction, energy is always released. This is my word and always. Where there is attraction. See here, there is Na plus ion which is in gaseous state and Cl minus ion which is also in gaseous state. These are the two oppositely charged ions, 1 mole each. Okay, so these two gaseous oppositely charged ions attracted by each other and give 1 mole NaCl solid compound, Na plus Cl, solid compound. So because of attraction, this compound is formed. How many moles? 1 mole ionic compound is formed. During this process, some heat energy is released. That released heat energy, that means exothermic process. So that is delta H should be negative, which is called as lattice energy. So this lattice energy is indicated with the letter U1. Therefore, here delta H is equal to minus U. What is this U? That is lattice energy. So that is the amount of energy released when 1 mole ionic compound, solid ionic compound is formed from its oppositely charged gaseous ions. That is lattice energy. This lattice energy for NaCl is how much? That is calculated. This lattice energy is calculated using Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. Okay, so this Born-Haber cycle operated by using Hess law. That means by using Hess law, Born-Haber cycle is concept is applied. So by using this Born-Haber cycle, lattice energy of ionic compounds are calculated. Lattice energy of ionic compounds are calculated using Born-Haber cycle, which is based on Hess law. Which is based on Hess law. Okay. So see here, first of all, Hess law. What is that Hess law? Hess law is nothing but if a reaction takes place, that means A is converted into D in a single step panic. So here something delta H, something heat energy is changed. So if this is changed to B and B is changed to C, C is changed to D, that means A started, D ended, but it is directly conversion ending. It is indirect way of conversion of that A into D. That is step by step. So for this first step, change in energy is delta H1. It is delta H2. It is delta H3. According to our Hess law, delta H, direct step energy is equal to sum of the multiple steps energy. Direct step energy is equal to sum of the multiple steps energy. So it is nothing but Hess law, and already we completed at the time of thermodynamics. That is in thermochemistry. Okay. So by using this Hess law, based on this Hess law, by using Born-Haber cycle, I am trying to calculate lattice energy. The concept is already completed at the time of our Hess law applications. See here how to calculate that lattice energy, which is also in our syllabus. That is calculation of lattice energy of NaCl using Born-Haber cycle. That is based on Hess law. That is based on Hess law. Using Born-Haber cycle. So here Hess law is applied. For Hess law conditions, there is a need of direct step and multiple steps. Direct step total energy is equal to sum of the multiple steps energy. Now, how to prepare NaCl directly? So see here, I am explaining direct step panic. That is, in our nature, sodium solid exists and chlorine gas exists. This solid sodium reacts with half mole Cl2 gas that gives NaCl, Na plus Cl minus solid compound is formed. This is lattice compound is formed. In this delta H, something heat energy is changed, boys. So let us, boys, is this lattice formation of NaCl or not? Tell me. Is this reaction lattice energy formation equation or elsewhere? Is this lattice energy formation? No, because this NaCl must be from its oppositely charged ions. But these are not ions. These are not ions. These are just, it is a general chemical reaction. So this general chemical reaction, so something heat energy is changed. That is called as heat of reaction, which is indicated with the letter Q. So heat of reaction, here something energy is released. That released energy is 411.2 kilojoule per mole. 411.2. 411.2 kilojoule per mole. It is called as heat of reaction. It is the direct step energy. It is the direct step energy. Now, multiple steps. How to prepare that NaCl? See, boys, see here. It is minus. Minus means released energy. Released energy. There is Na plus ion, which is in gaseous state. There is Cl minus ion, which is also in gaseous state. By the combination of this Na plus and Cl minus ions, so that gives NaCl solid. Is this reaction lattice energy formation? Is this lattice formation? Na plus and Cl minus gaseous ions combine with each other to form NaCl lattice. Okay, that is lattice energy. So that means here delta H is equal to something energy is released. That released energy is called as lattice energy. That released energy is called as lattice energy. So here I am trying to calculate how much is the U value. Lattice energy. What is this U? U is nothing but lattice energy. It is a symbol for lattice energy. It is a symbol for lattice energy. Now I am trying to calculate that lattice energy value. It is the released energy, it is also released energy. Now, how to get? So we have Na solid, but we need Na plus gaseous ion. We have Cl2 gas, but we need Cl minus gas. So how to convert this Na to Na plus gaseous ion? This is Cl2 Cl minus gaseous ion. See here. This Na solid, first of all, heated strongly and directly converts into solid, directly converts into gaseous state, which is called as sublimation. Sublimation, which is called as sublimation. The energy required to convert this one is sublimation energy. So here delta H is equal to sublimation energy. How much is the value? That value is 108.4. It is endothermic reaction. It is energy absorbed process. Energy absorbed process. So now Na solid changed to Na gas. So from this gas, I am removing one electron. I am removing one electron. So loss of one electron, that means one electron is removed. So that means the energy required to remove that electron is called as ionization energy. So the ionization energy, it is also endothermic, boys. So ionization energy of this Na, it has, the value is 496 kilojoules. It is also plus value, 496. It is ionization energy of sodium. Ionization energy of sodium. Now, so we have Na plus gaseous atom. Now we need Cl minus gaseous ion. So, but we have Cl2. Cl2 means there is a bond between chlorine and chlorine. There is a bond between chlorine and chlorine. Now I am going to dissociate this bond. I am going to dissociate that bond. So the energy required to break this bond is called as dissociation energy, and dissociation energy, which is indicated with the letter Dn. For 1 mole Dra. So for 1 mole dissociation, that gives 2 Cl atoms, but we need only 1 atom. So that's why I'm taking half. It is 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2 cancelled. Therefore, only 1 mole Cl radical is formed, and 1 mole Cl radical. So that's why I'm taking half, and so for that purpose, the dissociation is energy also taken as D by 2. For 1 mole D, for half mole it is D by 2. For 1 mole dissociation energy is D and D. But here we are taking only half mole, and that is D by 2 dissociation energy. That D by 2 value for this is 122. That is delta H is equal to 121. Just a minute. Yes. 121 kilojoule per mole. All are in kilojoule per mole, boys. That gives a Cl radical with gaseous condition. So that means Cl2 molecule is converted into Cl atom. To this, 1 electron is added. One addition of 1 electron to the gaseous neutral atom gives something energy is released. That released energy is called as electron affinity. So here delta H, that is electron affinity per chlorine atom is, that is energy is released, that is minus 348. Yes, 348.6 kilojoules. It is 121. So that means Cl gaseous ion is formed. The formed Na plus gaseous ion formed Cl minus gaseous ion combined with each other, that gives NaCl solid. This is something energy is released, that is the lattice energy. Now it is a direct step, my dear boys. It is a direct step. So these are all multiple steps. Direct step energy is equal to sum of the multiple steps energy. Apply Hess law. Apply Hess law. That is direct step energy. That is this one end. So minus 411.2. 411.2. Direct step energy is equal to sum of the multiple steps energy. That is this one. 108.4 plus 496 plus 120 minus this is released energy 348.6. This is released energy minus U. It is direct step energy. It is a multiple steps, sum of the multiple steps energy. After calculation, we will get the answer U is equal to 788 kilojoules per. What is U? That is lattice energy. So therefore, lattice energy of NaCl is, lattice energy of NaCl is, that is 788 kilojoule per. Yes, we should remember all these values and it's very important. Okay, so therefore delta H in this process is minus 788. Minus 788 kilojoules. Minus means released energy. I calculated U there, but there is minus U. That's why it is released energy. Released energy. Okay, so what is lattice energy? That is the amount of energy released when 1 mole ionic compound is formed, solid ionic compound is formed from its oppositely charged gaseous ion. Similarly, so see here, so there is another way to calculate this, to express this lattice energy, boys. See here, boys, is there any doubt up to now? All this completed in your thermodynamics training. All this completed in your thermodynamics. So check your notes once again in thermodynamics at the time of S-law explanation, applications of X-plan. Yes, no, every value you should mind it, boys. Except that you remaining all values you should mind it. So this is the way to calculate it. But in objective side, values are given to you. But in subjective, that is IP exams, the values are not given to you. So you should memorize these values. So objective side, these values may be given to you. Okay. So how to define? There is another way of definition for this lattice energy. See boys, what is that? There is 1 mole NaCl. Na plus ion, Cl minus ion, solid ion. How many moles? 1 mole. I am trying to separate these Na plus and Cl minus ions to an infinite distance, that is into respect to gaseous ions. Respect to gaseous ions. For this purpose, there is a need of energy. There is a need of energy. This energy, required energy, is called as the lattice. It is exactly opposite to the previous equation. So in previous equation, 788 kilojoules of energy is released. Now the same energy is supplied to this, automatically break down into respect to ions. That means magnitudely the value is same, but opposite in sign. Here is absorbed energy, there it is released energy. So formation of NaCl is releasing process only. Dissociation of NaCl is absorbed process. Okay, now how to explain? So that is the amount of energy required to, dissociate 1 mole lattice ionic compound into respect to oppositely charged gaseous ions. Respect to oppositely charged gaseous ions. To separate 1 mole lattice ionic compound into respect to oppositely charged gaseous ions is called as lattice energy. And so here it is endothermic process. Previously I told the concept is exothermic. Both are in opposite way. Both are in opposite way. It is about lattice energy. And it is about lattice energy. This lattice energy, what are the factors that influencing lattice energy? In some cases, lattice energy is high. In some cases, lattice energy is low. How to express? So where lattice energy is more, where lattice energy is less. So what are the factors that influencing this lattice energy? Factors influencing lattice energy. See boys, lattice energy. That means when two ions attract with each other, so because of this attraction, a solid ionic compound is formed. Automatically, something energy is released. That released energy is called as lattice energy. If attraction is more energy is released. Attraction is less energy is released. That means, see here. So here is a cation. It is a cation. It is anion. Cation, anion. So it is first case, my dear boys. It is cation. It is anion. It is second case, boys. Where more attraction is possible? Tell me. In first case or second case? In first case or second case, where more attraction is possible between those two ions? Yes, first case, because sizes are small. So small size ions, free to move, strongly attracted. That means attraction is directly proportional to size of the ions. more is the, less is the size, more is the attraction. More is the attraction, more energy will be released. That means lattice energy is more. That means lattice energy is directly or inversely proportional to the size of the ions. Tell me. Lattice energy directly or inversely proportional to the size of the ions? Yes, inversely. So how is that? That is, lattice energy is inversely proportional to sum of the multiplication and sum ending. So sum of the radius of cation to the radius of anion. Sum, addition of sum of the radius of cation to the radius of anion. So that means less is the radius, more is the lattice energy. Lattice energy is inversely proportional to sum, addition of sum of the radius of cation to the radius of anion. So those two radiuses are very less, the sum value less. If sum value is less, released energy is more, lattice energy is more. Next. See boys. Next, another condition for lattice energy. So here also, this is almost the same size, Rani. Both have same size, Rani. Please mind it. It is a B case, it is A case. Here is a +1 and -1 condition. Here +2 and -2 cases. Sizes are common in all these cases, both the cases. Tell me where more attraction possible, in A or B case? Yes, second case. Yes, second case. That means more is the charge. More is the charge, more is the attraction. More is the charge, more is the attraction. More is the attraction, more energy will be released. That means lattice energy is directly proportional to charge on the ions. Directly proportional to charge on the ions. So now lattice energy is directly proportional to multiplication of productant charge on cation and charge on anion. Lattice energy is directly proportional to product of charge on cation and charge on anion. Charge on cation or charge on anion. In some books, it is seem to be Z plus into Z minus. So that is a charge on cation, charge on anion, product value. Therefore, so lattice energy directly proportional to charges and inversely proportional to sum of the radii of cation and anion. These are very, very important cases, sir. Very, very important. In which of the following lattice energy is more? In which of the following lattice energy is less? So very, very important in it. So based on this topic, tomorrow I will explain is very, very important topics. So see here, boys. So please give me where more lattice energy, where less lattice energy. LIF, NAF, CSF, RBF. So among these four, 1, 2, 3, 4 boys, where lattice energy is more? Where lattice energy is more? See here, lattice energy inversely proportional to sum of the radius of cation and anion. Directly proportional to charges. Directly proportional. In all these cases, +1, -1 in it. +1. So charges are common in all these cases. Their fluorine is common in all these cases. That means only cation size is depending on it. Here's lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, and small size ion, lithium, and so less is the size, more is the lattice energy. Therefore, LIF has more lattice energy. LIF has more lattice energy. So cesium F has least lattice energy. So top to bottom, lattice energy decreases. Top to bottom, lattice energy decreases. Okay. So therefore, the order of lattice energy, LIF greater than, NAF greater than, RBF greater than cesium fluoride. So this is the order of lattice energy, boys. This is the order of lattice energy. Tell me. So here, NAF, MgO, ALN. So these are the three compounds where more lattice energy is possible. Where more lattice energy is possible. Yes, three cases. Here +1, -1. Here +2, -2. Here +3, -3. More is the charge, more is the lattice energy. More is the charge, more is the lattice energy. Therefore, ALN has more lattice energy. ALN has more lattice energy. So if lattice energy is more, their melting and boiling points are more. If lattice energy is more, so melting and boiling points of those ionic compounds are also more. That means, so physical properties are influenced by this lattice energy. Physical properties are influenced by this lattice energy. And so this is very, very important. So now I'm trying to calculate one problem based on this lattice energy. So see here. See boys, that is CaO and NaCl have the same crystal structure and approximately same radii. Approximately same radii. Full stop. If U is the lattice energy of NaCl, U is the lattice energy of NaCl, comma, the approximate lattice energy of CaO is dash. The approximate lattice energy of CaO is dash. Varshit, you are wrong. Yes, Bashwant correct. Others wrong. Bashwant only correct. Sharan correct. In terms of use, please explain. Bhuvan correct. See boys, lattice energy is directly proportional to Z plus into Z minus by radius of cation plus radius of anion. Okay, therefore lattice energy of NaCl by lattice energy of CaO is equal to, so Z plus into Z minus of NaCl by Z plus into Z minus of CaO into R plus R minus of CaO by R plus R minus of NaCl. Radii are same. And see here, same radii means this one and this one are cancelled. Lattice energy of NaCl he gave as U, and U by lattice energy of CaO is equal to, so charge on Na plus and Cl minus 1 into 1 by Cl plus 2 O minus charge is 2 into 2, that is 1 by 4. Therefore, lattice energy of CaO is equal to 4. Lattice energy of CaO is 4 ura. It is the way to calculate lattice energy of other compounds. Very, very important, boys.